Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews, and today talk about The Gallows from 2015. It's a 4.3 on IMDb. This is a movie that got a lot of hype when it came out, and you know, everybody was saying how scary it was, and even the trailers hyped the movie up like it's going to be a great movie and a great horror movie, and it isn't. I mean, it gets a 4.3. I think it deserves that. And it's just a crappy horror movie. Mainly because it's cliche, it's boring, very boring, and non-likable characters. The acting was terrible. There was like a couple of shots I didn't mind, or a couple of themes I didn't mind, like the whole idea of there's a scene where a locker door opens, and then as it closes, the guy closes the locker at the same time, so he doesn't realize that locker closed. So that was a cool idea. I didn't mind that idea. Also, the darkness of the movie was pretty cool. It was a very dark movie, and I like the scene where the alarms go off, and it's just the only light is the alarm light, so it's like boom, boom, and it was atmospheric at times. I will admit that it did have an atmosphere sometimes, but when you got bad actors in there, and I mean these people are terrible characters, I don't give a crap about any of these characters because there is zero character development. Just a few characters, and I really didn't give a crap about any of them. And the idea is decent. I mean, basically what the movie is about is, in the movie, back in the 90s, I guess there was this kid who there was an accident during this play called The Gallows, and this kid named Charlie was supposed to get hung, but the noose malfunctioned and it basically hung him and killed him. And it's 20 years later after that happened, and these kids are doing the play. You got this jerk, Ryan, played by Ryan. His name is Ryan Shoes. It's funny because the cast members, their names are exactly how they are. Like their character names, like Reese. Reese is the actor's real name in real life. Reese Mishler. That's kind of lazy. I mean, you couldn't even come up with names for characters. You got to use their actual names. Like Pfeiffer, her name's Pfeiffer. Ryan, his name is Ryan. Cassie, her name is Cat. That's lazy. Okay, you can't even make up names for the actual characters. You got to actually just be lazy and go, oh, we'll just use your real names. And the people are like, well, it's trying to be different. That seems kind of like lazy to me. It's just like, oh, I can't come up with the name of the character. Just use your name. I don't know. Maybe it's trying to be different, but I don't know. That's kind of lazy in my opinion. Just, oh, use your real name. That's lazy, bro. Come on. At least to me it is. I know it's trying to be different, but, it just seems kind of lazy. To me, anyways. And pretty much, you got this kid named Reese. He's a football player, but then he quits football to be part of the theater, or part of the play. And he likes this girl named Pfeiffer, and she's really passionate about the play. And then you found that there's this girl in the audience who you find out is Charlie's mother, or not mother, Charlie's girlfriend from back in the 90s. That basically the killer's Charlie's girlfriend from back when they were in high school. And I mean, spoiler alert, I kind of just spoiled something already, but if you haven't seen The Gallows yet, I'm going to be spoiling the movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to watch it. But you found out that the girl that's been sitting in the back watching these auditions and stuff like that, I guess, like I said, she's Charlie's girlfriend. And pretty much his friend Ryan's a jerk, and he tells him, oh, you can't act, bro. If you mess this play up, she's gonna, Pfeiffer's not gonna like you. And then you got his girlfriend as a cheerleader. I didn't care about any of these characters at all. And you know, he's like, oh, dude, you can't act. You're gonna get up there, you're gonna mess the play up, and she's not gonna like you anymore. So their whole plan is to, because there's this door that is, by the way, this is kind of a stupid idea. There's this door, okay, that is broken, never locks. So I'm thinking, I'm like, has the school ever even tried to fix this? Because, I mean, that means that the school can get broken into, very easily. I know it's a nitpick, I know it's a little small detail, but I was like, because the girl, she's like, oh, that door's broken. Everybody knows that. I'm like, well, then why doesn't the school freaking fix it? You know, I mean, I know it's like, oh, well, maybe the teachers don't know. She just said, oh, everybody knows about it. I mean, it was a small problem, but I'm like, come on, dude. I mean, I guess the door's broken and never shuts and locks. I'm like, why doesn't the school fix that? I mean, somebody could break into the school easily. But, small problem, I know, nitpicking, but I didn't like this movie, so, and basically, their whole idea is they're gonna sneak in at night through the broken door, and they're gonna mess up the entire stage so that the play doesn't happen, but I guess Pfeiffer's still gonna like Reese, and you end up finding out that Pfeiffer's there, and basically the school gets locked, the whole school is locked down, windows won't work, doors won't work, everything's locked, and pretty much Charlie's in there, and the ghost of Charlie is killing these kids one by one, and that's pretty much the idea of the movie, is these kids getting killed off one by Charlie, and it says it's rated R. There's a few scenes that made it rated R, like the guy's, like the character Ryan's leg is broken, and it's a practical effect, but still, that was probably one of the goriest scenes about the movie. There's hardly any gore, there's hardly any blood, so it could have been easily PG-13. I think it was just the whole leg break scene, and there's some intense scenes in this movie, some intense suspenseful scenes. But besides that, there's not a lot of blood. Even the kills are lame. Most of them are just getting hung and pulled back in the darkness. That's pretty much most of the kills. And like I said, it is shot very interesting. Well, I mean, it's a found footage movie, so it's shot with a camera, or handheld camera, and you find out these certain details, like the character Pfeiffer is actually Charlie's girlfriend's daughter, and I guess they're obsessed because at the end of the movie, you find out they're like obsessed with the play and obsessed with the incident that happened, and they got pictures and newspapers everywhere. And you found out that Pfeiffer, I guess, is the daughter of, like I said, that of Charlie's girlfriend. And pretty much, these kids get killed off one by one. And that's pretty much, I mean, there's a few interesting scenes, like I said, the scene where the light's blinking, and you can only see what the light show. Like, it's just like a alarm goes off. It's like, dude. I like that scene because it was kind of suspenseful. Also, the scene where he's going to where the character Ryan is running to the wardrobe room, and he's running. There's masks, and it comes out of like the darkness, so it kind of scares you. So there's a few scenes that were done, I guess, decently, but I don't know. I mean, the movie was just very lazy, very cliche. The music was nothing. There was like one piece of music that was in the trailer that was the remake of "Smell Like Teen Spirit" by Nirvana, but it was a remake of that song. And I didn't mind that song for the trailer, but there wasn't really a lot of music in the movie because it was all shot with a handheld camera. But it wasn't really that scary. Like I said, it was suspenseful sometimes, but as a whole, it wasn't that scary. And there's freaking jump scares everywhere. Now, if you're gonna make a jump scare, make it scary, okay? Make me jump if you're gonna do a jump scare. I didn't jump one time during these jump scares. Each one of them was flat. It was like boom. I was like, it didn't even jump. And there's like 5 jump scares. And then plus the end of the movie, which is a jump scare with CGI. And I'm like, why do like I said, why do horror movies do this so much now? You gotta have that cheesy jump scare at the end of the movie that does not scare anybody. I don't get it, man. I mean, if it doesn't scare anybody, then why do it? It's pointless. Oh, just jump, last jump scare of the movie. It doesn't, I didn't even jump. So it's like, bro, if you're gonna put jump scares in there, at least let them be scary. Don't just go boo, and then everybody goes, well, didn't even scare it. You know, at least that's how I felt. You know, I was like, that didn't even scare me. I didn't even jump. So you got pointless jump scares that aren't even scary, and some stupid idea that this girl's supposed to stay there with her boyfriend, and instead Travis Clough and Chris Laughing, see what they've done. I don't know if they've done any other movies. I'm not sure. But the movie is just, it's a lazy, cliche horror movie with no blood, hardly any blood, no good, no like really, like the whole movie wasn't suspenseful. There was a few suspenseful scenes, but there wasn't a lot of it. So not so much suspense, not scary, jump scares that were pointless and not scary, um, unlikable characters, bad acting. Um, so the movie was just altogether, it was crap. I didn't like it. It was just not a good movie, at least in my opinion. Um, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, it was just, it's cliche, not scary, pointless jump scares, and I don't like the Gallows. So, thanks for rant on the Gallows. And if you haven't seen it yet, I mean, it, you're not really missing much. I mean, it's basically it's your typical horror movie that gets released now. It's just a cliche, crappy, rushed, or it just felt lazy. Not rushed, it felt lazy actually. And it was just a lazy, cliche horror movie that wasn't good. So guys, thanks for watching my review on the Gallows, or rant on the Gallows, and I'll see you guys next review. Bye guys.